Hi there, guys. Welcome to another segment of my behind the scenes, where I go in depth into the making and creation of my dream project, The Blue Shield, coming very, very soon. I want to ask a question. How many of you guys know what an assistant director does? Well, in this episode, you're going to find out exactly that. When you think of a director, you think of the person in charge of everything on a film set, and that's really not the case. A director is mainly only in communication with the actors and the cinematographer. But who is in charge of running everyone else? There can be sometimes hundreds of people on one film set, and it's one person's job to manage everything. That is what makes an assistant director so important. I want to introduce you to the assistant director on this project, who is also a director in her own right, but I'll let her introduce herself.
Hey everyone, my name is Alyssa Coffey, and I was the assistant director on Sean's film. So I'm originally from Dallas, Texas, and my first experience with film was actually after watching Us by Jordan Peele, and I've always been a horror fan, but because it's an all-black cast, and it was just so well made and so thoughtful and so scary, I was like, I want to be a part of how this movie came to be. Like, I want to be a person that helped make this come to life. And so I think that was the moment when I decided I wanted to go to film school in particular. But I also have just been creating videos since I was little, like YouTube videos, animated videos. I think I've been a storyteller since I was little, but that was my first experience of wanting to do that. I think a huge part of assistant directing is like the topical, like managing the crew as a cast and sticking to the schedule. But I also think something that a lot of people don't realize is that the assistant director is kind of like the curator of vibes. And I think that this role is a role that builds community on the set and kind of keeps the energy up. That's a part of assistant directing that I really like. And I think with this set, one of the problems that I kind of encountered with myself when it was like my first set this year. It went like all in my junior year, not on set at all. So it was kind of the first set to get like feet wet again. And I think it just took me a minute to step into the role on day one. But as soon as I did, it was a great if you can. This is kind of like, I guess, an all career thing, but people don't realize how many takes you can or can't get when watching the final cut. I think thankfully we didn't miss anything drastic on the set, but there were times where we had to, cut a little short on a specific scene or when we do resets or like, I just don't think the audience will see any of that kind of trial and tribulation with giving coverage. But I think something that the audience will see is the fact that we all got it done. And I think that is a testament to having a good schedule and a good keeper of talking.